tough guy. Hey!
We sell bubbles for grown-ups.
All right.
Hey everybody, Phil and Kenneth here with Galaxy Home Recreation of Fort Smith, your River Valley hot tub guys. I want to take a moment to thank all of you for taking the time to check out our YouTube channel. If you're here from TikTok or Facebook, welcome. This is where you're going to see a lot of the same type of content that we do there, but a little bit longer form, a little bit more in-depth, where we can really take a deeper dive at a lot of the products that we offer here at Galaxy. So today, we have a really interesting one for you. We're gonna actually be talking about something that's not hot tub related. We're gonna be talking about saunas.
Yeah, so basically we want to take a deep dive into saunas, what the benefits are to a sauna, the different types of saunas, whether it be traditional or infrared, what the benefits of the pros and cons of those are, what red light therapy is, and then we'll take a look at what we offer here at Galaxy, what our lineup is, and then what are the questions you should be asking to find the perfect sauna for you if that is something that you are looking at. So just to kind of, for those of you that don't know much about saunas, basically they're a one-stop shop for health when it comes to your physical health. So saunas use heat exposure to promote sweating, relaxation, and physiological stress adaptation. So the core effects of those are increased heart rate, similar to light cardio workouts, improved circulation, detoxification via sweat, muscle relaxation and recovery, and then nervous system calming. So all of those can be found in both types of saunas to some extent. So let's talk about traditional saunas and what they entail. They are probably what you think of when you think of a sauna. You find them at the gyms, hotels, and they are the ones that use the steam. So you see the movies where people go into the big room and it's just full of steam. That is your traditional sauna. So Phil, why don't you kind of tell us a little bit about them and what the pros and cons of them are?
Absolutely. So a couple of standout things, more so than just the steam and the difference between it having steam or just being a dry, hot room. These operate at a higher temperature. So you're looking at somewhere between 150 to 195 degrees. It uses the heater as well as the rocks, and you can pour water over the rocks, which gives you the steam. Some of the pros: the higher temperatures equal a more intense sweat session. A lot of folks just want to feel it. They want to get into that room and immediately start sweating. That's the kind of effect that a traditional sauna will have. There's also a strong cardiovascular stimulation from these, your classic sauna experience. Also, it can be a place to socialize. As we see in the movies, a bunch of people at the gym sauna just talking about their day or what big deals they have going on at work. And they also can help improve your endurance and your heat tolerance as well, because since it's at a higher temperature, a lot of times it's not the most fun place to be for a long period of time. Your body can only handle it in small amounts, but over time you start to build up that kind of familiarity with it and can stay in for longer. Some of the cons, if you're just getting into saunas, it can be intense, kind of like what I just said. So a lot of folks, whenever they're first getting into saunas, they'll start with a dry sauna and then move into a traditional because it's a little bit easier on the body. It's not as much of a shock. It's also harder to stay in for longer amounts of time because your body is at a higher temperature, and sometimes it doesn't like that for extended periods of time. They also use up a lot more energy than a dry sauna would, and require a little bit more of a ramp up to actually get heated up to temperature.
Yeah. So with saunas, much like any of your health and wellness products, you have your traditionalists. You have your people that are going to swear by the steam saunas or the traditional saunas, and then you have fanatics that are going to swear by the infrared saunas. So let's kind of talk about the infrared saunas. So it uses infrared light to heat the body directly. So instead of it just being a steam or the heat hitting your outer skin and heating you up from essentially the outside in. Infrared actually works the opposite way and heats you up from the inside out. So that infrared light penetrates your skin a lot deeper and hits your muscles directly, kind of like a microwave, but it's not cooking you, essentially. So it's able to do this with a much lower heat. So it operates between 120 degrees up to 150. There are some brands that will go up to 160, 165, but traditionally it's between 120 to 150. So what are the pros of this? So more tolerable heat, which grants longer sessions. So if you are somebody that is just getting into saunas, this is probably the way to go. Also, if you are somebody that has heart condition or high blood pressure, low blood pressure, heat can definitely affect those things. That's why, you know, with hot tubs, people that have heart issues are not really supposed to use them, or people who are pregnant, because of the high temperature. It can directly affect your heart because it raises your heart rate, like we talked about with the, you know, the main benefits of the traditional sauna. So this is a lot more tolerable for people with those issues. Now, definitely want to consult your doctor if you do have those heart issues to see if this is something that is right for you. But I would say that if you were going to do a sauna, this would probably be the way to go. So like I said before, it warms the body more deeply and at lower temps. It has a faster startup. It is way more energy efficient. A lot of the units will actually operate on a 110 instead of a 220. So several of our units, which we'll dive in deeper later, are plug and play. You can put them in your garage, in your bedroom, in your bathroom, and they are made for indoors. They are often preferred for recovery and pain relief, and the reason being is because that infrared light penetrates much deeper than your traditional steam saunas do. They are good for people who struggle with traditional heat, like we said. Some of the cons. So if you are somebody that wants to have that more intense sweat and to sweat immediately and have that, you know, sweaty feeling, infrared's probably not for you. You know, it is a more of, you're not going to see the results necessarily on the outside. You're going to feel them later on from what they do to your insides, your muscles, your joints. It does not replicate the traditional sauna experience. So you're not going to be in a steam-filled room like you see in the movies, or like you've seen at the gym or hotels. It is a dry unit. So you're going to be in there, and a lot of them have you know, different colored lights that, you know, make the experience more enjoyable. Some of them will have Bluetooth in them, which you can't always do with the traditional because, you know, electronics and steam or water don't really mix very well on a lot of things. Some units are very widely in quality. So because infrared saunas have taken off like they are, you have a lot of manufacturers that produce these in mass quantities. For instance, I saw one the other day, Phil, that on Temu, and we all know how that ends up. You know, you probably get it, and the sauna's probably as tall as this cup.
Yep.
But so you have to be careful, and you want to make sure that you go with a quality product. But that goes for traditional as well. You don't want to, you know, you get what you pay for when it comes to these kind of products that we offer here. And you know, lastly, as we've talked several times, it has way less humidity and less steam, and no steam on the infrared saunas. So with infrared, there are different types and different levels. So you have 3 different types. You have near infrared, mid-infrared, and far infrared. So Phil is kind of an expert in that area, so we're going to have him dive in deeper into what each of those are, what the benefits are. That way you can choose what is the best option for you.
Absolutely. So like Kenneth said, there are 3 types of infrared. There's going to be your near infrared, your mid infrared, and your far infrared. So your near infrared is going to have the shortest wavelength but the highest energy. It's going to penetrate shallow to moderate depth into the skin. This is going to be better for the surface repair. So your skin health, wound healing, immune support, and cell regeneration. Mid infrared is going to give you your medium wavelength. So it is going to penetrate a bit deeper than your near. And it's going to get into your soft tissue a little bit more deeply as well. And that's better, benefits are going to be your muscle recovery, improved circulation, and reduced inflammation. And while the far infrared is going to be your longest wavelength that penetrates deepest into your body tissues. So it's going to give you your detoxification. This is where the sweating comes into play. Circulation improvement, cardiovascular support, and relaxation and stress reduction. We hear a lot of times, either with hot tubs or saunas, people say, I get out of my sauna or I get out of my hot tub and I have the best night's sleep ever. It's because that heat will relax you. The last kind of point of all this that I want to talk about as well is infrared versus red light, because those two, a lot of folks just say, hey, these lights, or is that where the heat's coming from, or is it somewhere else? So infrared is not a visible light on the spectrum. That is something you can't see. Whenever you see the red lights, that's a completely different but very useful therapy, red light therapy. It doesn't produce heat. It produces very minimal heat out of red light therapy. Its main kind of purpose, whereas the infrared is the heat and the sweat, is cellular repair and skin level. Near infrared goes deeper than red light therapy. It's mainly just for the skin. That's why you see it in a lot of, I don't know how to pronounce the word. You see it in a lot of kind of offices where people are, doing other types of beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Estheticians.
That's the word.
That's the word.
I'd have trouble with words sometimes. You'll see it more in those kind of offices. It's going to be anti-aging, fewer wrinkles, things of that nature.
You see a lot of the face masks now that you can get, especially on TikTok here lately, and they use the red light therapy on the mask, make you look like some Halloween character.
Absolutely.
You can do it in the saunas without looking like a weirdo.
Or you can still wear the mask.
Yeah, you could wear the mask too.
We won't judge you.
Yeah, we don't judge. So let's talk about one other thing, Phil, that we offer here that I know you're really big into, and that's our full spectrum infrared. So Phil talked about the different types of infrared, the NIR, MIR, FIR, so the near, mid, and far. So what full spectrum is, and what a lot of our saunas here at Galaxy are, basically combines all of that into one infrared system. So you get the benefits of all three of those, and with ours, you get the benefit of the red light therapy all in one sauna. So it covers both surface and deep tissue. It gives you a more complete therapeutic range, and it is optimized for skin recovery, detox, and circulation all in one unit. So you may be asking, well, why would not everybody just not go with that? It's a great question. Like I said, there are a lot of traditionalists out there, like there are with every product, that they swear by this because it's been around for so long and that's all that they've ever known, and they've never tried anything different. Everybody is going to have what fits them best. So that's why I think before we go into what products we offer, we'll talk about what questions you should be asking when it comes to purchasing a sauna.
Absolutely.
So one of the biggest things, and one of the first things we ask you when you come in as a customer is, where is it going? Are you wanting it to be outside? Are you wanting it to be inside? Are you putting it in a garage, in a bedroom? I've had one customer put it in their huge walk-in closet. Location is one of the biggest ordeals when it comes to any of our products. So you got to think about where you want it to go. The biggest thing is whether you're wanting an outdoor sauna or an indoor sauna. That will narrow down a lot of it for us. And then most of your traditional saunas are going to be, at least with us, are going to be outdoor saunas. So if you're wanting an indoor, that kind of narrows it down for you, because moisture inside does not mix very well most of the time, unless it is built specifically for that, built into the house. Phil, what's something you would ask a customer?
So a lot of times with my sauna customers, and with any of our products that we have here at Galaxy, I think one of the most important questions after, hey, where's this going, is trying to gauge the customer's level of experience with the product. So if I have a customer that's like, hey, I want a sauna, I've never been in one before, I just want a hot room, I'm going to spend a little bit more time with them talking about the differences between the different types of therapies and why one might be more beneficial than the other. If it's someone who's brand new to it, they might not want to start off with a steam sauna because it's something they might not be used to, and it may not be the most beneficial for them. By the same token, if we have someone who said, hey, I grew up in Finland and I've been in saunas since I was 8 years old and all of this sort of stuff, you don't want to start them off with just a basic far infrared. You want to make sure to find out what their specific level of experience is and what they're trying to accomplish out of their sauna to better kind of point them in the right direction into the perfect unit for them.
Definitely. Another good question is, what are you doing that is giving you the necessity to have a sauna? So are you a athlete? Are you an avid runner? Are you just somebody who's getting a little bit older and your joints are starting to ache? Are you somebody who's starting to age and you don't want to have those wrinkles? All of those are things to consider that you should think about before you come in to purchase a sauna, so that your salesperson can find you the perfect match. Another thing is, maintenance and care with them. So a traditional sauna will have more maintenance and care that comes along with it, especially if it is an outdoor sauna. Another thing to consider is what you're going to have to do for electrical. So most of your traditional and your hybrid, like we've talked about, are going to require a 220, or possibly, like our hybrids, a 220 and a 110. The 220 controls your heater, the 110 controls your lights. These are all things that you should consider and have a game plan of where you're going to put it. And also, it wouldn't hurt to, if you're going to have to add electrical for it, especially like on a 220 for outside, have a game plan and kind of an idea of what it's going to cost to do that. Prices are going up on everything, so those are all big factors to consider when making a purchase like this, because like all of our products here at Galaxy, and Phil, I know you would agree, they're all investments. None of our products are cheap, and there's a reason for that. Galaxy does not just go with the cheapest option. They do their research when it comes to bringing in a product to our sales floor, and they're not going to sell you something that is going to quit on you in a year or two. And we instill that fact by for the reason that we work on everything that we sell. We would not put that guarantee on the product if it was something that we were going to have to spend a lot of man hours coming and repairing all the time. So these are investments. These are products that are meant to last you for years to come. So you do your homework when you go to purchase these products. Find out what it is you're really wanting. Are you wanting it to just have a place to hang out with friends and family outside? Are you wanting something that really helps you health-wise? Think those things through. That way you can make the best purchase when you come in to see us here. So let's dive into what products we offer here at Galaxy, and kind of give you an idea just on kind of what to expect price-wise with us, what installation looks like, what is covered here at Galaxy. And definitely encourage you, if you're watching this, go to our website. It's galaxyhomerecreation.com, and we have a whole section about saunas. There's a lot of information that will help you, pick out the right sauna for you as well. So Phil, why don't you kind of walk us through what we offer here?
Absolutely. So here at Galaxy, we sell 3 main brands of sauna. We have Zen Awakening, Jacuzzi, and Fin saunas. So I'm going to start off with Zen Awakening. These are our indoor saunas. We start with a far infrared sauna. So that is going to be kind of the most economical option, but it is also just that. It is just a far infrared. So you're not going to have that near and mid infrared. You're also not going to have red light therapy. Then we have our full spectrum from Zen Awakening. These are going to introduce near and mid infrared as well. And they're going to give you your red light therapy as well as other light therapies. They're also full spectrum light therapy, so blue light therapy, green light therapy, etc. Then these are all indoor units as well, like I mentioned. Next, we have our jacuzzi models. So these are also indoor units. They're also full spectrum infrared with red light therapy. These are also going to have vibrational resonance therapy. So there is a subwoofer that is located underneath the bench, and certain frequencies are known to give certain healing characteristics, whether it be in the mind or in the body. And these are going to help you achieve those healing benefits. And then last but not least, we have Fin sauna. So with Fin sauna, they're going to be our hybrid indoor saunas, which, like Kenneth said, indoor saunas with steam, you have to be a little bit more careful on placement and everything. But if you have the right place for it, I know a lot of my customers who go with those put them in bathrooms or in closets that are in bathrooms to where they're kind of used to having the steam in the area already. They'll do those because they give you the best of both worlds, your infrared heat as well as that steam heat that some people are mainly looking for. As well as this is where we get introduced to our outdoor saunas. So they're mainly barrel saunas, but we also have what are called cube saunas, which look kind of like more traditional indoor type saunas, but located outdoor. So that's just kind of a base level of everything that we have. Our Zen Awakening saunas start at $24.99 for our far infrared, and then $42.99 for our full spectrum. Our jacuzzi saunas start at $99.99 for our indoor full spectrum infrared, and then our Fin saunas will start at $79.99 for an indoor hybrid and $11,999 for an outdoor unit.
Yeah. So, like most of our products, we give you a wide variety because we know everybody's different. Everybody has a different need, a different want, and we can guarantee you that, whatever sauna you choose with us, you're getting a quality product, like I said, that is going to last you for years to come, and give you amazing health benefits with that. So let's kind of recap what we've talked about. So we talked about the benefits, health benefits of saunas in general. We talked about the difference between the infrareds, so near, mid, and far. We talked about red light therapy and how it can help rejuvenate your skin. It's anti-aging, helps heal scars, helps heal wounds. It's used all over the place in hospitals, veterinarian clinics. Very beneficial treatment. And then we talked about the products that we offer here at Galaxy and what the questions are that you should ask when it comes to buying a sauna. So really, the only thing left to do, Phil, is for them to come and see me or you, and let's get you hooked up with that perfect sauna. We are always running great deals on our products. And we have financing available that meets every person's need, whether you're low credit, exceptional credit, a cash customer. We have a deal that can work for you. The best part is we deliver it, we set it up. You have a no worry guarantee for 6 months with us, and then most of our saunas are going to be 5-year warranty.
5-year warranty.
So you have that peace of mind for 5 years. Where if anything goes wrong with it, manufacturer-wise, or workmanship, you can call us. We're your one-stop shop, just like all of our products. So it's not a 1-800 number. You can come talk to me and Phil anytime about it, and we'd be glad to help you guys. So you heard it from us. We were River Valley Hot Tub Guys. Come check us out at 7607 Rogers Avenue, Fort Smith, Arkansas. We're at Galaxy Home Recreation. We hope to see you guys soon. Have a great day.